what's the meaning of betray? Let's get betray from the English dictionary so that we are not confused at all. What it means to betray. All right? Now, turn to the person sitting next to you and say, could you be Judas? Whilst the dictionary guys are working, could you be Judas? Now, tell the person who asked you that question, I warn you to never mention that name over my life. You are too close for comfort. I don't appreciate that question, and I don't appreciate that name being mentioned in relation to me. I don't appreciate it. What are they saying? Yes, to deliver into the hands of an enemy by treachery, in violation of trust. Do you see? To prove faithless or treacherous. Okay? Now, the next one is to violate the confidence of someone by disclosing a secret. Do you see? Or that which one is bound in honor not to make known. That you are bound in honor not to make known something, but you go and make it known. You go and say it. Do you see? That's unfortunate. Will you consider that to be unfortunate? Yes. Let's go back. All right. To disclose or discover as something which prudence would conceal. Do you see? Prudence is not a sister in church, but it's just a person. It's like Prudence. You wouldn't have revealed this thing. But you've gone to say it. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that you go and say something like that. Maybe you are taken somewhere, you are taken to a church, or you are taken to an office, or you are taken to somebody's home. Do you see? And then you go and talk about what you saw in the house. So I saw this, I saw that, I saw that. And this one is saying to disclose or discover as something which prudence wouldn't do that. Sister Prue wouldn't have done that. All right? Now, to expose or to inconvenience, do you see? Not foreseen to lead into error or sin. To lead astray. All right? Yeah, to show or indicate or set of what is not obvious at first, or what would otherwise be concealed. If it wasn't for you, it wouldn't be known. Yes. And then the other one is to deliver into the hands of an enemy by treachery. Do you see? Or to give up somebody treacherously or faithlessly. All right. Another one says to prove faithless or treacherous as to a trust, or one who trusts, to be false to somebody, or to deceive somebody, or to betray a person. To be false to somebody or to deceive a person is part of to betray. To deceive somebody and to be false to somebody is to betray. All right? To disclose or discover something which prudence would have concealed. Sister Prue would have concealed it. To expose, to inconvenience someone not foreseen to lead into error or sin. I don't know what that means, but to lead astray, to seduce, and then abandon, such as promise of marriage. Okay. And then abandon. So you lead somebody as a maid, and you seduce her, wrap her, and then lead her along. Then you abandon her suddenly when she's put her whole heart into you. She's put her whole mind into you. She's followed you with all her heart. Then you abandon her. You know, that is also what it means to betray. Okay? Look, I didn't write the Bible and I didn't write any dictionary. I'm just reading the things to you. So if you want to be angry with somebody, be angry with the dictionary. To show and indicate set of what is not obvious at first or would otherwise be concealed. So the main thing is like someone whom is trusted about something. Then before you realize, the person is going to discover, uncover, show things to your surprise. Or you lead someone and the person trusts you so much, and then you suddenly turn. And when a girl has this experience, they change. When you are betrayed by anybody, you change. You change. Difficult not to change. So Jesus, after he was betrayed by his disciples and by whatever, that he didn't say much. He just sent them on missions. Just go. You go into the world to preach the gospel. That's all. It's like there are plenty talking that he had talked before. It's like now he didn't want to talk again. It's like, it's okay. Go into, because I talked a lot. You also promised a lot and all that. Then the whole thing became remember we had lunch together, we ate together, we chatted together. You promised. So it is a work of the devil to make, so I want to say to you, never be part of something where it's like someone was made to trust you and then you turn around. I always remember a brother, he was describing something that he was being invited to learn a new type of sexual sexual sin, arrangement, whatever. Yes. But he said that, I don't know how I will explain it to my wife. I don't know how I will explain it to my wife. So sometimes you have to think of the person who has trusted you. So I cannot do this to this person. I'd rather die. The person trusts me. The person really trusts me. So, all husbands, you see, and then wives, you have to think to yourself, a person really trusts me. Has put his whole life in banker. I trust you. And the person's mind is blank. You have to tell yourself, I have to be careful lest I shock somebody and the person is never able to recover. Now, when you put an electric shock into someone and it goes through the heart, the person may be revived, do you see? But the heart is usually affected. And sometimes the person would have an unstable heart and unusual ectopic heartbeats that come in, arrhythmias. The heart to be beating, poo, poo, then poo, 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 poo. It's like the heart is no more stable because of the shocks that have gone through the heart. All right? And so a lot of sisters' hearts have been shocked like that. And also some brothers too. Because girls are as bad as boys. Nobody should think that girls are good and boys are bad. We are all human beings created by God. And unfortunately, being a lady doesn't make you so much more nicer or better. If you live around it a bit long, you will understand why a man can hang a woman to execute her. Yes. If you live a bit longer, you would understand why they can execute. If you search, you find many executions of women. And the men who are executing them, they don't seem to be attracted by them. They don't say, oh, darling. No, darling. No, darling, here. You are going. We hang you. And they hang them naked. They hang them up. And they execute them. And there's no feeling at all. And you ask yourself, how can a man get to a place where he has no feelings at all? It's experience and life. And you find out that boys are bad, but girls are also bad. Do you see? Tell to the nearest girl and say, you can't escape in this church. Here you will be exposed.